What's up, everybody? Welcome back to some more Planet Zoo. I know you guys have been waiting on this one, and it's just about a day late. I said I would get it out within 1 or 2 days after the DLC came out. I'm 1 day later, and I do apologize, but I have a very good reason for it. It's because I decided to go above and beyond what I had planned to do to begin with on this build, and add a little something extra onto it. Just kind of finish a few little details that I wanted to do to make it just a little special. You guys will see that once we get to the end of the video and I start showing off basically the whole area and what it is. So, what we are doing right now at the moment is you can't have an underwater seal exhibit without having a underground or an underwater display, basically, like where the guests at the zoo can come and watch the seals play under the water. So that's kind of what we're doing here. You can see me right now. I'm doing the habitat fencing. I've never actually really played around much with the water effects and stuff on this and how to make like the glass enclosures and all that will keep the water back. I've kind of did a little bit with it with the tortoise exhibit that we did, but not really to this degree where the entire thing is just completely water. And had kind of a few hiccups trying to get that to work, but all in all, I was pretty happy with it. Now, one thing I definitely noticed after this DLC came out, and I don't know if it's just me, but does anybody else think maybe the water is just a little more blue than what it used to be? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like the water has like a different kind of texture to it somehow. It just looks a little better. The other thing was, after I kind of built all of this, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do about how they get into the habitat. So what you're seeing me do right now on the screen is try to figure out how I was going to do that. So I was playing around with this and I was like, that's not going to work. So I ended up pushing this back a little bit and making kind of a whole little entrance area, a cove or a cave, I guess, all on its own. Basically like a secret little area that is hidden away from most guests and stuff that you don't usually see. And then our seals were kind of, this is their bedding area, the pens, I guess you could call them, where they are brought into the exhibit, taken out of the exhibit, etc., etc., etc. This was something else that that caused me a few hiccups as well to kind of get done here, which you may see me actually struggle with here at the moment, but I couldn't figure out exactly like how to get the door to work. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I got to change up the settings on the walls themselves. And once I figured that out, see, that's why I'm like deleting them and putting them back in there. And yeah, so I'm like, why is these not working? So I had to play around with the settings of the habitat barriers, but was able to get those in there. And there we go. And then I was just like, well, okay, something else is not happening, and I was just like, oh, I have it turned the wrong way. So once I turned it around the right way, bingo, bango, bongo, Bob's your uncle, and we got it to work. So then I went ahead and got a couple of seals from the marketplace, which I gotta say really sucks right now. Seals are quite high on the marketplace. I think there were 6,000 a piece when I was looking at them, and they haven't gotten really much cheaper. But I was able to get a couple of decent ones. They're not great, but we'll say they're decent seals. I had to pay for them with cash, which means they're the ones that Frontier has put in there. I also had to fix this area right here because the seals weren't coming into the water, and I couldn't figure out why. So I decided, okay, well, the reason why that is because the land isn't sloped enough for them to kind of waddle down into the actual ocean water itself, or not ocean, I guess we'll call it cove water. So yeah, they just weren't getting into the water, so we fixed that, and then of course it started raining. Now, one thing about playing this game in franchise mode is I have no control over the time, I have no control over the weather, so I can't decide, oh, I want it to be daylight so I can build all the time. I literally have to let the game play out until I get some decent weather. So that's why right now you're seeing me work in the rain. I wasn't going to wait, and I was like, okay, I need to do this. Let's go ahead and do this. So over here on this side, I noticed when I was looking at the habitat and I clicked on a seal, it said that they can get out over on this little area over here. So I went ahead and started this right here, which was something I was planning on doing anyway, which was kind of just put a little bit more of a barrier between the seal habitat and our little theater, our amphitheater over here. So we're going to use these plaster pieces here, and these will make pretty good concrete barriers right here that will kind of just be squared off on the area. Or I guess technically it's circled off, but yeah, I think you guys get what I'm saying on this. I am going through this kind of quick because there's a lot of content to go through, and I was actually streaming this while I was recording this at the same time. So some of you guys out there who caught my stream may have already seen this. If you didn't, I guess you guys missed out because, you know, if you don't watch my Twitch streams, you may not know what's going on. So I suggest definitely following me on Twitter if you haven't already. The link to my Twitter account is in the video description. Go ahead and check that out and give me a follow on there, because I usually will make an announcement when I go live, and sometimes I show off like little glimpses of things that I'm working on, and you know, just stuff like that. So if you want to keep up to date on everything that's going on with me and my channel and kind of, you know, my Twitch streams and stuff like that, definitely give me a follow on Twitter. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that as well, because you're going to be missing out on all the future content that I'm working on if you don't subscribe. And I got lots of content on here. I've got City Skylines. If you guys like the creative stuff, like Planet Zoo, then you might also enjoy my City Skylines series. Planet Coaster, because it's from Frontier as well. So if you guys are theme park nerds like me, you may enjoy that. Also, we're waiting for Prehistoric Kingdom to launch, which is going to be a fantastic game in a similar feel to Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, but with a Jurassic Park kind of theme to it. So that's right, dinosaurs. If you guys haven't heard of Prehistoric Kingdom, I did do a preview video here on my channel, so I suggest going and checking that out. I think it's going to be a fantastic game, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Some of you all out there may have already seen it, which is awesome, but yeah, definitely waiting on that one. So we got our seals in the habitat. Things are starting to clear up a little bit now weather-wise. Now I'm just kind of looking at how we're going to handle these rocks, because I noticed they weren't really climbing up on the rocks, and while trying to do that, it snows. Of course it does, because once again, I can't control the weather in franchise mode. Only in sandbox mode can you do that. So I don't know, maybe I should have started this zoo in sandbox mode, but I really actually kind of enjoy playing around with it, and the limitations of playing in franchise mode isn't actually too bad, and it gives me more of a challenge, I guess you could say, and I kind of like the challenge. So the seals, so far I haven't unlocked all the toys for them, but I did get the rubber duck, and I was trying to see how they actually interact with the rubber duck, and I've not really seen much interaction with them and the rubber duck, so they just kind of get near it and just kind of bounce it around in the water is all. They don't really play with it, it seems. Like, if maybe the rubber duck was smaller or something, I don't know. I'd like to see them try to like bounce it on their nose. I haven't seen them do that, so I don't know if they do. So what we're going to do right now is I decided for our little secret cave over here, we would use some of the new rocks that came in the new DLC, which are actually quite nice. I really like the new rocks and stuff, especially the fact that they are completely recolorable, so I can have them be any color I want. So I was trying to match them up here to kind of work with what we have. But one thing I noticed about this, and you guys will see this here in a minute, is that this particular piece that has like the opening in it doesn't work with the seals. They won't go through that. It limits them from going through it. It's like a wall. They will not go through it. They will not go under it. They get up to it, and that's it. So I had to take out that piece, but I still left in the arch, and that way they were able to get in and out of their little pins there. So, but what you're going to see me doing right now is I am working on some fencing. So at first I thought, let's create some custom fencing using some logs and beams and stuff like that. And as you can see here, I'm playing around with some different ideas, none of which I actually really liked. So yeah, none of this actually kind of worked out too well. So then I thought, okay, well, let's try smaller pieces. That way I can curve it a little better. But again, I don't know. I mean, this wasn't too bad, but it just really wasn't giving me the look that I was kind of going for in the area, which was kind of this rugged, still kind of keeping with the entire look of the zoo. Then I started looking through some of the fences that we already have in the game, and I came across this one, which you guys will see here in just a moment. Yeah, that one right there, and I thought, you know what, that's not bad. So I asked my Twitch viewers at the time which ones they preferred, and most everybody agreed. It was pretty much unanimous. Everybody liked these fences right here. So I got rid of what I was working on and went with this. This is another thing that's great. So if you can catch me streaming the game or Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster or anything like that on my Twitch channel, I will usually kind of ask the audience opinions about what they think. So it's a good way to interact and help kind of steer the builds and stuff. I don't always listen to every single thing everybody says, because sometimes I have my own kind of agenda, and a lot of people will they'll be like, oh, you should do this or you should do that, and I'll be like, I mean, that's not a bad idea, but it's just not what I'm going for. But other times I will have like things like this, where like, do you guys like this fence or this fence? So it gives you kind of an idea or a little bit of interaction with the builds and stuff, and you can kind of help make decisions and stuff on that. So definitely, yeah, again, catch me, follow my Twitter account, follow my Twitch account so you know when I'm going live on Twitch. I don't always play these games on Twitch, and I'm not always even on Twitch because I'm basically kind of moving more into just YouTube anymore, just making YouTube videos. But I think maybe after the beginning of the year, I'm going to try to do a little bit more with Twitch while I can, but we'll kind of see what happens. Things are just kind of up in the air right now. I don't know what's going on because I'm busy right now at work because it's the holidays, but after the holidays are over with, I'm pretty sure my hours are going to like suck again, and I'm not going to be really working a whole lot, and probably going to have to find another job soon. So I don't really know what the new year is going to bring, but I kind of feel like maybe we might try to do some more streaming on Twitch a little bit more than normal. But I seem to be doing really well here on YouTube, and I think this is where my main concentration is going to be. It's mostly just on YouTube, trying to get daily videos if I can. I fail miserably at that because certain days I just can't get videos out to you guys. That's like this one here. I was trying to make sure that I got this out to you within at least 2 days before or after the DLC came out, and it ended up being like, you know, one extra day. But I think you all will agree it's worth the wait once you see what I've built here at the end. So we had to get some power over here. Also had to get some water filtration over here, so I decided to put that over here next to our entry into the exhibit. And now we're going to go back and start working on the viewing area, the underwater viewing area. So right here, what I've tried to do is slant the ground at just the right angle, so it's not too steep, it's not too, I'm just trying to find the right angle. That's basically the best way I could put that into words. And I think I got a pretty good angle on it after a couple tries, and then it came down to trying to get the path and stuff to work the way I wanted to next to the glass, which that was a struggle on its own, but we were able to get that. So a lot of you guys really are impressed by how I do like land shaping and stuff, and how I'm able to make basically my zoos and my Planet Coaster stuff isn't just all flat. I get a lot of comments about how you guys enjoy the fact that everything's not flat, and how I kind of do like multi-level stuff and work with the terrain and all that. So you guys kind of get a behind-the-scene glimpse here. I know it's kind of hard to see in a time lapse about how I'm doing it, but again, if you tuned in to the actual live stream, you would have seen me doing this in real time, so kind of get an idea of how I'm doing it. But I'm just going to play around with the different terrain or the different textures for paths and stuff to try to find just the right one. And then I kind of figured out that one of the reasons I couldn't get the path too close is because of where maybe that was. So if I put the path down first, then I could kind of set the glass to where I want it for the viewing area. So, and I decided to go with this particular path texture because I thought it really kind of fit like an underwater viewing area kind of path. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but you know, I liked this texture, and I thought this would work best for this particular area. So I'm also going to continue this outward on in to the next area, which you guys will see soon. No promises on when that's going to be, but I'm kind of thinking I might continue that into maybe a penguin area, maybe some other stuff, but we'll see what happens with that. I kind of want to go back and finish off the reptile area now, which was what I was doing before they made the announcement for the new DLC. And I kind of just like, oh, stop the press. We're doing seal and penguin stuff. So I'm kind of think I'm going to try to go back and finish off the reptile and insect building that's right in the center of our zoo there. But yeah, basically what you guys are seeing me do right now is I'm struggling trying to get these glass habitat barrier to kind of follow the path there that I'd laid out. But after a couple tries, I do get it. And then we're going to do some rock work and stuff around here and make it all underwater and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to talk about right now at this moment, but I've been told that even if I just ramble, that's good. So what else can I talk about? Let me see here. So I don't really know, but I guess, yeah, so how I'm going to do the rock work is I'm just taking bits and pieces of stuff I've already done, and just to make it kind of fast, and that way I'm trying to make it look so it look a little bit more natural, and it's not just all the same rocks and same textures and stuff, even though technically it is. But by maneuvering things around a little bit and just changing the direction and changing the angle of the sections, I can kind of make it look a little bit more natural. And I think it worked out pretty good, especially by the time you guys see the end of it. Like, I'm just taking this and putting it up here so we can kind of make a cave entrance. Because this, technically what this is you're going to be walking into a cave. You'll be walking downhill steadily at a small slope into a cave where you'll be able to see the seals play and feed underwater, things like that. So, although I don't really know if like kids watching the seals eat minnows and small fish is like not nightmare fuel. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Some kids, I mean, for me, it wouldn't bother me, but some kids, possibly. But yeah, I decided to put the underwater feeding thing like right there in front of the window. My thinking to that was it might bring the seals over there more, so people would watch them while they're underwater. That was kind of my thinking. But I'm just trying to get this tunnel entrance just right here. So we'll kind of fill up the water. Oh, and this is something. If you take out all the water and then you try to put the water back in and you notice it's not working, try moving your seals out of the way, because it's the animals sometimes will cause you not to be able to move the water where you want. See, like it wasn't going to a high enough level, and once I moved the seals completely out of where the water would go, I was able to get that to work. So, and then we're gonna go back to the rock work and stuff over here. So, but we are coming up on pretty much just about the end of the time-lapse footage. And again, if you guys don't really care for the time-lapse footage and you'd rather see like how I actually build, again, just try to catch one of my live streams is the best thing I can tell you. Right here, this wasn't planned. This was not what I intended to do right here, was to have the path go over top of here, but someone suggested I should do it, and I was like, I mean, I was kind of thinking about it, but I wasn't sure. But I decided we'd give it a shot and see how it would work, and I ended up really liking it. So that was a good suggestion for one of my viewers there. Even though I was kind of thinking it myself when I was messing around with the path there, it was still, they suggested it before I even said I was considering it. So I want to give them at least a shout out for that. So, suggestion from one of my viewers to put a path that goes over top of the viewing area. And again, I think it worked out pretty good. It wasn't what I originally was intending, but in the end, I think it was the better idea. So, I was just trying to get just the right angles and, just kind of the right viewing and stuff there, which was kind of hard, and also the right level. So, messing around, I really like the fact that Frontier went in and changed it so that you can modify like how tall the steps are, like from different meters and stuff. That was a nice handy little feature that I really wish we had in Planet Coaster, but we do not. So there's lots of things that they've added to Planet Zoo that I wish we had in Planet Coaster. So here's hoping for Planet Coaster 2 to have some of this stuff in here, but we'll kind of see what happens. Right now, I'm just going to, again, I'm just going to play around with the rocks, but we are getting ready to head into a live view where I'm going to show you off the finished area and what it likes. And I really do hope you guys enjoy this because I feel like I went above and beyond what I wanted to do with it. It was fine before, but now that I actually have finished it and everything, I'm really happy with it. So let's jump into that live view right now, shall we? Alrighty guys, as always, welcome to the entrance of Riverside Zoo. We are going to visit our new cove today, where our seals are, which I don't actually have a name for just yet. I was trying to think about that like all day today, and just, I don't know, like I thought Adventure Cove, Seal Cove doesn't have a very good ring to it, so I don't think I want to call it that. So, yeah, if you guys have any thoughts about what we could call our little cove area back here, or bay, you could also say it's a bay, like Seal Bay or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll call one of the seals Michael. Maybe we'll call it Michael Bay. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to take a short little walk over here to the area so you guys can kind of get a glimpse of the zoo. If you guys have never seen any of the other episodes and this is like maybe the first one of this you've seen, you can catch all of them here on my channel. It's definitely a playlist, and you can see it from my main page. So definitely go check that out, and check out all the other episodes as well so you can see how this little zoo is coming across. So there's two ways to get to it. One, this right here goes down to the black bear exhibit, which you can see I've made some changes to just a tad. Made it slightly bigger, but I talked about that in the last episode. So you can go down that way and go in the back way, or you can go this way. You can see I've added a new path over here, so we're going to head around over into here. And of course, right off the bat, you guys can totally see some new things that you haven't seen before yet in the build. Not from last episode or this one yet. So that, of course, being these nice little statues here. These are statues of this gray seal that came with the new DLC. Of course, every single DLC they always add statues of the animals and stuff like that. And some like plaques or signs or stuff as well. So, yeah, isn't this beautiful? Wait, what's that? You guys are more interested in what's in the background? Oh, don't worry. We'll get to that. The other thing I did is I have changed up the color on the covers here for our amphitheater and worked a little bit more on that. It's still not perfect yet. I still need to do a little more detail work on this, but there you go. You guys can kind of see here. No seals per se, but again, just look at this water. I swear I feel like this water is just more, it's got more of a glow to it, you know, like it's much more beautiful than what it used to be. It used to be kind of murky, and now it just seems like it's much more greenish sea blue kind of feel to it. At least I kind of feel that way. I went ahead and put some lighting here on the posts for our shade that covers the amphitheater here. And of course we have this building over here, which this is new to you guys. So this is what I designed to cover up the area here, and I think it looks pretty good. So we'll see this from a couple of different angles here in just a minute. There's not much else back here. Much more of the zoo is going to be back over here in this way, but I put some of the lighting here that came. These lamps are also from the new DLC, and these ropes and stuff I'm pretty sure were in the Australia DLC, I believe, and those are kind of nice. But I thought the ropes kind of gave it a nice little area. I'm gonna have to look. I just now thought of this as I was showing this off, but I was thinking, what if, are there any like little life preservers or something in the game? I know Planet Coaster has them, so maybe I'm gonna look and see if there's any of those in there. But this is the this is where the pins and stuff were. We're probably gonna turn this into maybe some kind of maybe a eatery as well, or souvenir shacks or something. We'll do something else with that eventually. But let's head down here. So I just got a glimpse of one of the seals is right over there. So if we head around over here on this side, maybe we can get a glimpse of the seal here. Which, I mean, if the guests want to complain that they can't get a good look at the seals from here, I totally understand that. I'll probably need to do a little bit of work with these rocks right here. But I feel like they can kind of see it. Is he going to play with the duck? He's going to play with the duck. Although he just kind of hits it and just bounces it. I don't really consider that to be playing with it. But we also have another... Here comes another one of our seals. Well, there was. Or he or she decided they were going to dive underwater, and now I've lost them. So I don't know exactly where they went. It is getting a little dark on us. It's a cloudy day, so let's head on over here. Get another nice view over here. So you guys can see I've definitely done some work with the terrain. I've definitely done some more rock work and some more foliage and stuff in here, which I think really came out quite well. This fence that I decided to use looks really, really good. So I have unlocked the next area, the level 3 research on the gray seals from the vet research, which gives me a couple of extra toys, including a soccer ball right there. So we'll get a better look at the seals here in just a second. And if we come around this way, I made a little covered area here for a viewing area. That way you can kind of look over here. This is actually one of my favorite views in the entire park, is from right here. That just looks beautiful right here. The trees, being able to see the amphitheater over there, the rock work, everything in this particular area right here. I think this is probably my favorite spot in this habitat. So, diving back underwater. They are very shy when it comes to that. It's getting dark, so we may have to wait a few minutes here until it gets daylight again, so I can kind of finish showing off the rest of this. But we will try to get over here and see some more. So we come around this way. We have another little area over here. You guys saw me build this. Nighttime, daytime. I guess it's daytime. Oh, look, you can see some of the lighting effects and stuff over there now. So that actually looks quite nice. This is a nice area here that overlooks. This is maybe one of my second favorite areas, as it looks over the exhibit. So where are our seals? I've got 4 of them in here at this point. 4 different seals. And I've only seen glimpses of them. Oh, there's one. Right there. They're being shy today. They're not wanting to show off. Alright, well, let's head over here. Up on top of this little area over here. Now, this little lighthouse thing, this is actually one of the blueprints that is made by Frontier. But I thought, you know, I was just playing around and I was like, I need some kind of tower right here on the edge of this building. And I was looking through and I saw this blueprint and I thought, you know what? For the first time, I think I'm actually going to use a Frontier blueprint because I feel like this is done quite well. They definitely outdid themselves on the blueprints for this particular set right here. So normally I don't really like to use the Frontier blueprints unless, you know, I'm trying to be extremely simplistic. But this is actually detailed right there, and I thought it fits our area quite well. So I decided to use it. Again, you just kind of see the seal from, but they're not really doing a whole lot. They're not being playful. They're not coming up on the rocks or anything right now at the moment. They're just swimming around. I think we need a few more seals in there, but the seals are expensive. So what you're seeing back here, this is all going to be set up for later. This is all for more exhibits and stuff that's going to come out here. We got lots more planned for the zoo. We got penguins. I got polar bears I want to add. We still got to finish the reptile zoo. Tigers. More bears. Lions. Oh my. All of those things are going to be in here. So let's head back down here. So from this little circular area right over here that kind of overlooks everything, if we head back over here to the shaded area, I added a nice little kind of area that goes down into here. So again, this also heads back around there to the other side. So we're going to, I'm just going to pop up here real quick. I put in a temporary shed back there because the power, where I put the power at, doesn't hit the educational boards up there in the little shaded overlook. So we need some power down here. So this is just temporary. We're going to do some more stuff with this area down here later on. But I did want to kind of give it like a shed kind of look. But right there you can kind of see where the amphitheater is and where it goes around there. But if we come back down this way, we can take the back area in. And I'm noticing that none of our guests are actually going down in here. And I'm not sure why. Because this is probably one of the best places to look at the seals, is down in here. Now I've kind of put some blue lighting and stuff down here too, but you can't really see it. So pay no attention to that, to the rest of the area over there, because that's all going to be added on to it later. But the other thing is, like, these views right here don't really work too well, because I can't see a thing through this. So I'm kind of thinking maybe that's why nobody's coming down here. But if we just glance in here, maybe we can see our seals here. So, oh, there's one swimming over there. They do play around here. Oh, here's some feeding time. Is he coming? He's coming to eat. Oh, they all are. Okay. Here they come. And I guess you guys are going to get your first up close and look personal at my seals here. Only one of them was hungry, I guess. So let's follow them. Oh, they ran into each other there. These are some thick boys. So I mean, seals are great. I like the seals. I think sea lions probably would have been better. I'm surprised we didn't get sea lions and seals. And also, like, what about walruses? So now that we actually have the aquatic pack, it opens up a lot more stuff that we could probably get. I'm not going to complain, though. I mean, seals are fine. We got penguins as well, which was one of the things that I was really hoping for. And at this point, I think I could finally recommend this game to somebody. Like, if somebody said, well, what do you think of this game? Should I buy it? Normally, my response has always been, I would wait. Because, I mean, if you can't get it on sale, don't get it, because it's extremely buggy. And, like, there's a lot of animals and stuff that should be in a game that aren't there. And I felt like it's more or less just early access. Even though it's released, it still just felt more like an early access game because it just feels unfinished. But they fixed a lot of the bugs in the game, and they've added, the kangaroos are now in the game, koalas are in the game, sea lions, penguins. So many great animals have been added in the last couple of DLCs that I actually feel like this game is actually worth getting now. So definitely, if you could find it on sale, get it on. I think it's actually on sale right now for $25 if I'm not mistaken, which isn't a bad price for this. So I would highly suggest grabbing the game now if you haven't already. And the money that you save by getting the game on sale, you can use to pick up some of the DLC. I would definitely recommend the Australian DLC and this DLC here, the Aquatic, for your first two purchases. The other two, the Arctic or the Viking kind of themed one, it's fine. It's got some cool stuff and stuff, you know, things in it that you could stuff and stuff. Yeah, that's right. I said stuff and stuff. It's got some cool things in it, but definitely I would recommend the Aquatic DLC here and the Australian DLC as your first two purchases. That's how I would do it if I was you. All right, cool. He's actually hopping up on here right now. He's gonna wobble up on there and then wobble back off lately. I don't know. Maybe I need to use those little stepping stones that we got like this, but yeah, so this is it. I'll zoom out now so you guys can see the whole area and get kind of an idea of it. But this is our new habitat here for our seals, our gray seals. Let me know what you guys think in the habitat. Did this come out better than you expected it to? Because I'll be honest, it did for me. I wasn't sure how this was going to come out. I was going off of the Omaha Zoo, the Henry Dorley Zoo, was what I was kind of working from as inspiration, and I feel like I captured that fairly well. It's not a replica, but I feel like it was pretty good inspiration, and I feel like I captured the feeling that I was going for. And I would love to know what you guys think, though. So yeah, if you know, thumbs up if this actually came out better than you thought it was going to from the first video. Or if you didn't even watch the video, just let me, hey, thumbs up anyway. Just give everything a thumbs up. We are going to head out of here now. I'm going to give you a last little glimpse here of the seals. But comments down below, comments, likes, all that. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. You know how it all works. I don't have to explain it all to you. I will see you in the next video, wherever you guys are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for watching.